Today's date is 11th January 2026. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans all over the world, depending on your location and your time zone. I am Truth is Power, bringing you a wonderful update from the office of the Triple General himself, in the person of General Igwe Butozo. From his office, he says to update Biafrans, updating them, passing this wonderful information to them. Biafrans, celebrate. Your generals, they are all alive. General Igwe Butozo is alive. Major General Gentle the Yahoo is also alive. You'll be hearing from them very soon. More so, from the office of the Triple General himself, Igwe Butozo, Biafran Defense Chief. He said I should update Biafrans and also inform and pass this wonderful message to Biafran's agitators all over the world. You all should come as one. Let's actualize our aim, goals, and objective for that nation called Biafra. Nevertheless, those that call themselves agitators in diaspora should try to recognize the men on ground. Biafran Defense Chief, in the person of Igwe Butozo, should be recognized by all agitators in diaspora. Failing to do that, your aims and objective is nothing to write home about. Happy New Year, Biafrans. I wish you a prosperous one. Do not panic. Your generals are alive. Soon you will hear from Major General Gentle the Yahoo, Triple General, and other generals and commanders that were poisoned by the zoological government and politicians. But thank God, Chukwokika Abiamu, who kept them alive. Very soon I'll be giving you updates back to back. Make sure you share this video to debunk those information given by the Nigerian government that these people are dead. Soon you will hear from them.
News making headlines across the globe. Of course, we begin with Nigeria's foreign policy news today, as Nigeria's battle to shape Washington's view of its internal security crisis has spilled into a lobbying war, with the federal government dramatically outspending Biafran secessionist groups as both sides seek President Donald Trump's ear over claims of a Christian genocide. According to the noted UK publication African Confidential, alarmed by Trump's threat last November to go into Nigeria guns a-blazing, President Bola Tinubu's administration and its allies have moved swiftly to counter separatist narratives in the U.S. capital, signing a $750,000 a month deal for 6 months renewable contract with the Republican-linked DCI group to press Abuja's case on visa policy, military cooperation, trade and tariffs, and to emphasize government efforts to protect Christians and Muslims and combat jihadist violence. Well, the scale of the contract dwarfs that of the shadowy and unknown Biafran Republic government in exile, which is paying up $66,000 a month to the smaller Madison and Washington lobbying firm to push for sanctions against Nigerian officials, greater U.S. engagement with a putative Biafran administration, and even support for military strikes and favorable oil deals with Washington in an unidentified unified future Biafra. Well, the lobbying scramble has unfolded alongside intensified U.S.-Nigeria security contacts, including joint intelligence coordination and U.S. airstrikes on suspected jihadist targets in northern Nigeria over Christmas, underscoring how claims made in Washington are now intersecting directly with military, diplomatic, and commercial decisions affecting Africa's most populous country. Well, in a related development, the United States has delivered critical military supplies to Nigeria as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen bilateral security cooperation between the two countries. The delivery was confirmed by United States Africa Command, better known as AFRICOM, which oversees U.S. military operations across the continent. In a post on X, AFRICOM said the critical military supplies handed over to Nigerian partners in Abuja are in support of Nigeria's ongoing operations in tackling terrorism and banditry. It comes amid a broader security partnership between Nigeria and the United States.
Now, as for lobbies, lobbying is a standard, tested, old tradition within the American system. And the whole idea of lobbying is that you want your side of the story to be heard. So if Biafra, the people promoting Biafra, if they are going to the US and they are paying how much? $60,000 to sell their own story, that Igbos are being marginalized and persecuted in Nigeria, and that the idea of a Republic of Biafra will be a good proposition. I think it makes sense that the Nigerian government too is in that space. It's not about the money. It's about the fact that the Nigerian government wants to be heard, so that there's not just one voice in the room. The other matter is Nigeria being designated a country of particular concern on October 30, 2025 by President Trump. So it's a very good diplomatic move to say we want to have our own people in the room. There is a group called Aste Legal also, in Kaduna, that we're told is representing the Nigerian government through the auspices of the National Security Advisor. On December 12, 2025, the Nigerian government paid $4.5 million for 6 months, and the contract is renewable for another 6 months. So the lobbyists, what they will be doing basically is to get the Nigerian voice into the room to say, one, there is no persecution of Christians in Nigeria, or where it exists, the Nigerian government is addressing those issues, and religion is not, a major problem in Nigeria, to the extent that this is, a neutral state when it comes to religion, which is well stated in Section 10 of the 1999 Constitution, and which the Minister of Foreign Affairs referred to at a forum, I think, in Germany. Now, the delivery of military supplies by the United States, this is evidence, it is a clear evidence that the cooperation that the Nigerian government talked about, that they said they needed, the assistance that they needed in dealing with the multiple threats that Nigeria faces on many fronts, is real. And the Americans themselves have said there is mutual partnership between Nigeria and the United States. And now African Command, U.S. African Command, AFRICOM, as it is known, has now brought these supplies to support the Nigerian government. The mutual interest that is there is that the Americans themselves do not want, the Sahel region or West Africa to be turned into a hub, into a playground for, global terrorism networks. And so it's a question of shared interest.
Settle bandit for what reason? Wetin dem dey drag? Wetin dem get? They settle them as what? Somebody come out, begin dey buy people, they say make dem settle am. Somebody come out, begin dey kidnap people, enter community, they behead, he say make dem settle am. He no get any resources, no oil. The gold wey we hear say dem get na within them. Federal government no dey fit touch am. Things wey we hear say dem get na within the state. Federal government no dey touch am. Na their own. We wey get oil, the Niger Delta wey get oil. How many times he don settle us? Niger Delta wey get oil. How much will they see? Will they see anything? Will they see anything? No be watching night and watching day on make us for pipe way pass. Watching night and watching day for our property. We wanna make us. No be wetin una do. If they settle bandits, say wetin they get. At war is it? Somebody wey dey keep it. Somebody wey dey destroy community, dey burn house, dey destroy churches, say make dem settle them. For what reason? Settle them, say wetin happen. Nothing we no go see for this country. Na you be dey say make we settle. Nothing we no go see. Nothing we no go see. Na such is our leaders. Una follow the cause this thing. Una follow the cause am. Because una no go stand up and talk. When they give you one contract, give you one thing, you close mouth. When they give you one appointment, you close mouth. Na in the cause am. When they give you one small money, you close mouth. You can kill the messenger, but you can't kill the message. If they settle them, waiting, then they drag. All in at their own. No be we still suppose verse. Now we Niger Delta suppose verse. Now we suppose verse. The way they treat us, the way they do us, now we suppose verse. Bandit today they verse. Now we bring them. In the verse for what reason? Bukhara they busy the verse. Now we call on her to come. We use on her do any election. Say we hear say that they bring on her because of good luck Jonathan to cause confusion, to do this. It concern us. Those people will bring you, why not face those people? Those people will bring on her, I don't know their house. On I don't know their Ikunibe house. The meaning of Ikunibe, on I don't know where their mama, their papa, their relative day. The meaning of Ikunibe, where their relative day, on I don't know. What I go use and the warrior other people. Why not face who bring you come? We call on her, we go use that resources to settle on her.